Good morning and good afternoon whenever you're watching this video. This is Tracy Brown, your somatic nutrition therapist and attuned eating expert. Guess what? It's Friday and we're going to wrap up our Getting Support Week. I hope you have found that there are all different kinds of ways to have support. It can be tangible, the obvious, like your support treatment team, like your therapist, your non-diet dietitian, your medical team. Of course, people that help you eat meals with you and shoot the breeze with, go clothes shopping with you, all the kinds of things that we often need when we're in recovery. But the other things are your meal plan. It's almost like using all of that energy that we often once used, good morning, Mary, for counting calories and over-exercising and all that energy and even all that perfectionism to be really dedicated to eating regularly. And I think that is a big thing that propels the people who do it quickly. Within a year, you could have a pretty normalized relationship with food in terms of recognizing hunger and fullness signals if you are devotedly consistent to your eating. That is a giant support, is how regular you eat. And it doesn't mean you're rigid with I have to eat 3 meals and 3 snacks every single day, or I'm not doing it right. It just means recognizing by you using your body as a resource, using your food as a resource, you're helping your body trust you again and therefore get accurate signals more quickly. Now, I know that's difficult when there's, maybe complex trauma involved and a lot of internal dysregulation. That takes a lot more support, and that's going to be around obviously having, trauma-trained, dietitian and therapist as well on board, knowing how to help you navigate those sensations and get them undysregulated, and learn how to do daily practices to maintain that. And then lastly, I want to talk today about our intention. Oftentimes I see people look for support in all kinds of ways that are a little bit off topic of the thing that's on fire. So literally the house will be on fire in front, which is maybe your food intake. But then we'll go join a group that has really good maybe people in it or activities or whatever, but there's a little bit, this is what this disordered eating mind will do. It's like, if I have more fun things to do, then my food will get better. And that may be true, but there's not any plan for that to happen with the food, for example. Or let's say that, exercise is an issue. Like your body is really, really hurting and you want to get moving and get more flexible and mobile again. And we haven't done any investigation on what are some ways that can get me going. Who are the people that can help me do it? What we'll do is we'll kind of maybe read some more books about it, but we won't have an action plan. And again, we all start at different levels of readiness, but sometimes it's like we've been at a certain level for a really long time and we've let the fear kind of paralyze us to we're not taking action. And that's where it's like, okay, I either need to set an appointment with myself, and the only thing I'm going to do for this next minute is promise myself when that alarm goes off on my phone that I'm going to stand up. That's all I got to do, stand up and stretch, and that's it. And I've done my commitment today. Or it could be that the hardest thing for you to do is to schedule to eat with someone, or to schedule to move with someone, or to schedule when you're usually moving and it's compulsive, to sit at a coffee shop and drink coffee and put your energy into staying focused on the person. And again, there's all kinds of nuances. I'm not saying it's that easy or cut and dry, but I'm just saying that look at where you put, if there's something that's the main issue. And if we're not accessing that directly, be curious. Is that because I need more support to do that? I just don't have the tools. Or it's I've just been procrastinating something I know I really want to do. I know I need to do. It's important to me. It's just I'm not used to putting what is the main issue front and center. And if that's the case, be curious. What part of me is putting it? Yep, sorry about that. My internet said I'm pausing. So what prevents us from reaching? And then lastly, if no, I know the reach, what I need. I know what I need, but part of me doesn't allow that to happen. And you want to be curious about that, because maybe the support is there. Maybe everything you need is there. The right people, enough food, access to stuff. I mean, if access is the issue, that's a whole other conversation, as we know. But even if that's the issue, that you can't do individual sessions from a whole team that you actually really need, what's available that might take you planning out your day in some level to take action on the available resources that you do have. And so those could be questions you put below. How do I do that? I know I have a great group, or I know I have access to a low cost situation that welcomes me, but I don't go often enough for it to help me. I don't know what that's about. Then be really curious. You could put some of that below if you wanted to, and see if other people struggle with that as well. So thank you all so much for joining me here this whole week. If you felt like this video was helpful to you, please pass it along to those who, it doesn't even have to be a food thing or body thing. It could be something totally different, but we're a little stuck in the reach from the support we need. And next week, I'm going to do a video series that was by request. Well, they asked me a question. I said I would do a video series about it. So I'm going to. And it's going to be about pride. We're going to talk about vulnerability and pride and how that impacts your eating and your digestion and how you get your needs met. So we will talk about that next week. One of my favorite topics. I love this stuff so much. Only because for me it was so painful to work through that I have a lot of joy talking about it, knowing that it's possible and that it's worth the fight to overcome areas inside of yourself that have a lot of pride in suffering, to be honest. So we're going to talk about that next week. All right, I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye for now.